God, I need to talk. Not with fancy words. Not in a way that sounds like I've got it together. Just real. Just me. Because fear has been following me like a second skin. Some days it's loud. A voice in my head that won't shut up, telling me what could go wrong, what might fall apart, what I might lose. And other days it's quieter. Just a subtle pull that keeps me from speaking up, from stepping out, from trying anything that feels risky, even when I want to. Fear has been shaping my decisions. It's been hiding under excuses, wearing masks like I'm just being cautious or I need to wait. But the truth is, I'm stuck, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of walking around with a nervous knot in my chest. I'm tired of playing it safe in all the wrong ways. I'm tired of shrinking, second-guessing, and holding back. Because deep down, I know I was made for more. Not more in the way the world defines it. Not bigger, louder, shinier. Just more real, more free, more present. But fear makes me feel caged, even in open spaces. It tells me to settle. It tells me to wait for disaster. It tells me that bad things are always just one step away. And God, I know you didn't make me to live like that. I want to believe that life can be different. Not perfect, not easy, but free. I want to believe that I don't have to be held hostage by what hasn't even happened yet. I want to trust again. I want to move forward. I want to breathe deeply without bracing for the worst. But I don't know how. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to shut down the loop in my head that says, be careful, even when there's no danger. That's why I'm coming to you. Not because I expect you to wave away all fear in an instant, but because I believe you meet people in the middle of the mess, in the tension, in the in-between. And that's where I am. In between what I know in my head and what I feel in my chest. In between hope and anxiety. In between I trust you and what if this falls apart. So meet me here, please. Sit with me in the in-between. I'm not asking you to explain everything. I'm asking you to remind me I'm not alone in it. Show me what it looks like to pray with fear still sitting in the room. To talk to you even when my hands are shaking. To keep coming back even when my heart still races. Because I think that's where freedom begins. Not with fear magically disappearing, but with choosing you even in the middle of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm choosing to pray scared, to move with trembling legs, to speak even when my voice cracks. I don't want fear to be the loudest voice anymore. I want it to shrink, not by force, but by being replaced. Replaced with truth, with stillness, with presence, with you. Help me notice where fear still lives in me, where it's taken up space for too long, where it whispers lies so smoothly I don't even question them. Help me name those lies, because if I can name them, maybe I can let go of them. And if I let go of them, maybe I can make room for something better. So here's what I confess. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of being misunderstood. I'm afraid of not being enough. I'm afraid of losing what I love. I'm afraid of getting it wrong. I'm afraid that if I let go of control, things will fall apart. But I don't want to be led by those fears anymore. Even if they show up, I want to stop following them. Even if they shout, I want to stop obeying. Because I believe there's a deeper part of me, one that still remembers who I really am. And I think you place that part there. The part that still dreams. The part that still hopes. The part that still believes I was made for more than just surviving. Help me reach for that part again. Bring it back to life. Breathe on it. And let it rise. God, I've lived with fear for so long, It started to feel like part of my personality. Like maybe I'm just the anxious one, the overthinker, the cautious one, the worrier. But I don't want to live boxed in by that anymore. I don't want fear to define me, to write my story, to decide what I can or can't handle. So right now, I'm asking you to help me let go. Not just on the surface, but deep down, in the places I don't show anyone. The fears I carry in silence, the weight I've learned to hide. Help me loosen my grip on control. I hold so tightly to what I think I can manage because I'm afraid of what might happen if I don't. But the truth is, it's exhausting. Trying to predict everything. Trying to stay 2 steps ahead of disaster. It's worn me down. I'm not strong because I control everything. I'm strong when I trust you with what I can't. So teach me how to trust again, even after the moments where things didn't work out. Even when I prayed and still felt afraid. Even when I thought I had to protect myself because no one else would. Show me what it means to release it. Not because I'm giving up, but because I'm handing it over. To you. To something better. To something more stable than my anxiety. Help me detach from fear like it's not my friend anymore. Because I think a part of me started believing it kept me safe. That it helped me prepare. That it made me smart. But in reality, it's made me smaller. It's kept me quiet. It's held me back from moments I could have lived fully. It's made me miss joy because I was too busy scanning for threats. So I want to say this clearly now. Fear. You don't get to lead anymore. You don't get to decide my tone. You don't get to steal my peace. You don't get to hold my future hostage. I'm choosing faith. Not because I'm fearless, but because I'm tired of pretending fear deserves the final word. And God, I know this will be a process. I'll still feel it sometimes. There'll be days when it shows up uninvited, and I'll have to make the choice again. To breathe, to pray, to remember what's true. So I ask you for the strength to keep choosing. Give me tools. Give me reminders. Give me people who help pull me back when I drift into old patterns. Let my inner dialogue start to change. From what if it all goes wrong, to what if this is worth doing anyway? Let my body learn how to relax again, how to feel safe, even if life isn't perfect. Let my heart soften, not harden, as I walk through change. And please, heal what fear has broken. Heal the relationships I pushed away. Heal the joy I shut down. Heal the dreams I didn't pursue. Heal the self-trust I lost along the way. Because I want to trust again. Not just in you, but in life, in people, in myself. I want to wake up and not feel dread. I want to try new things without spiraling. I want to speak up without replaying every word. I want to walk into rooms without wondering if I belong. I want to live open. Even if I still feel fear sometimes, I want to live like it doesn't own me anymore. God, thank you for walking with me this far. For listening. For staying close when I've let it all out. Now I want to learn how to live differently. Not just talk about freedom, but actually feel it. What does it look like to wake up and not be ruled by fear? To breathe deep and mean it. To start the day with a clear head and a steady heart. Teach me that. Help me stop expecting disaster as the default. Help me stop living in survival mode when there's no emergency. I've been so used to tension, I forgot what peace even feels like. So show me. Let me practice calm. Let me pause before spiraling. Let me ask better questions. Not what if it all falls apart, but what if I'm more held than I realize? Let my nervous system relearn what it means to feel safe. To exist without being on edge. To sit still without waiting for something to go wrong. Let my thoughts soften. Let my breath slow down. Let my heart stop racing at shadows. I want to live open again. To say yes to things that stretch me, not because I'm not afraid, but because I know fear doesn't get to be in charge. And when fear tries to creep back in, through old triggers, through familiar lies, help me pause. Not panic, not numb. Just pause, breathe, and reach for you again. Let my first instinct be to pray, not to fix, not to run, not to overthink. Let that quiet moment of reaching for you become the space where I get re-centered. Because I know this is a journey. I know freedom is something I'll keep growing into. Some days will feel light and easy. Others will feel like a wrestling match in my own head. But I want to stay on this path. Even if I mess up, even if I forget and fall back for a moment, even if fear wins around, I won't stay there. I'll come back. I'll pray again. I'll try again. Because this new life is worth it. The one where I can trust instead of control. Where I can love without constantly guarding myself. Where I can rest, truly rest, without guilt. Where I can try and fail and still believe I'm enough. So keep walking with me. Keep reminding me who I am without the fear. Keep showing me what you see when you look at me. Someone more than the anxious thoughts, more than the hesitation, more than the self-doubt. And keep helping me build that version of myself. The brave one, the free one, the real one. The version of me that's not defined by past wounds or future fears, but by peace and trust. And the quiet confidence that comes from knowing I'm not walking alone. God, thank you. Thank you for staying with me through this, for sitting in the mess, for not rushing me, for being steady while I was shaky. I feel different now. Maybe not all the way changed, maybe not fearless, but freer, lighter, more awake. And honestly, that's enough for today. I know fear might show up again, in a random moment, in a sudden thought, in something unexpected. But I also know now, I don't have to answer the door every time it knocks. I don't have to spiral. I don't have to replay old patterns. I don't have to believe everything fear says. I can breathe. I can pause. I can come back to you. Again and again. I can choose peace. Even when anxiety tries to rise, I can choose trust. And even when I'm unsure, I can choose freedom. Not as a one-time event, but as a daily posture. And that's what I want to build. A life where freedom grows stronger than fear. Where my thoughts have space to breathe. Where my heart can rest. Where my spirit doesn't shrink every time things feel uncertain. God, help me live from that place. The place where I know I'm okay, even if the world around me isn't perfect. The place where I don't have to earn safety. I just live in it because I'm yours. Remind me that I'm allowed to be human, to feel what I feel without shame, to be in process and still be whole. Let me carry peace in the way I speak, in the way I walk into rooms, in the way I handle stress, in the way I love others, and in the way I treat myself. Let people around me feel it too. Not because I preach it, but because I live it. Let my calm become contagious. Let my stability become a safe place. Let my story be proof that healing is real, that freedom isn't just for strong people, that even the anxious ones, even the overthinkers, even the ones who've lived in fear for years, can walk free. And even if no one else notices the change, I do. I feel it. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back to tiptoeing through life. I'm not going back to second-guessing every decision. I'm not going back to shrinking. I've come too far. I've prayed too honestly. I've I've broken too much silence to return to the old version of me. So this is it. This is the moment I keep. This is the truth I carry. That freedom is not a faraway thing. It's here. It's now. And it's mine. Because you walked me through the fear and stayed until I was ready to walk forward without it. So I'm walking. Maybe slowly. Maybe with trembling steps. But forward and free. Amen.